When I was growing up, every night my mom and dad would help me and my siblings get ready for bed. They'd read us a story, tell us they love us, and tuck us in. This is the only thing I've ever known. But not every child is as lucky as I have been. There are over 150 million orphans in the world who don't get a chance to have someone tuck them in at night. Even worse, a good majority of these orphans have some sort of special need, which in many developing countries is looked at as a flaw in the family, which is why these children are abandoned in the first place. Special needs children deserve to be loved and cherished, not abandoned and abused. In developing countries or in places where political and familial status is important, children born with special needs, such as Down syndrome, are either given up for adoption or simply left behind or literally thrown away. It's important for these children with Down syndrome and other needs to have someone to love and to care for them. They need financial and emotional support more than anything. Together, we can take a stand and help children with Down syndrome, not only in America, but in other countries all around the world, helping with the cost of adoption of these poor and defenseless children, while positively changing the lives of others. Children with Down syndrome deserve a family to love them, no matter where they are born. And although this is true, for a family in America, it's less expensive to adopt from the United States than it would be to adopt a child from another country. Because of this, many of the special needs children in countries outside of the United States aren't adopted, and almost all die of malnutrition or other preventable causes. Information from the journal Living with a Disability in a Third World Country. If a family feels the urge to adopt a child, they deserve the right to do so, no matter the financial situation. Adoption is the number one way to provide safety and security to children who have been abandoned or are without a family. Adopting a child, either internationally or domestically, is a huge financial burden to the adopting family. The cost of adopting a child can range anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000. Statistics from the article Domestic vs. International Adoptions. This is a huge burden for the family, especially since once they pay these bills, they're still financially responsible for the child they bring home. The cost of an adoption goes towards legal fees, airline costs, hotel stays, visas, and many other things needed. These fees are sometimes the only thing keeping these poor, defenseless, special needs children from a warm and loving family. Adoption benefits not only the child that is being adopted, but also provides happiness and opportunity for the family adopting. The benefits of adopting a child, especially a child with Down syndrome or other special needs, are extremely high both for the parents and for the child. If the children are able to be adopted, they can finally be provided with the health care that they need to help deal with their needs, and they also finally have someone to love and care for them, which is something they would have never had before. It may seem impossible to overcome all of these obstacles, but you can help. Reese's Rainbow is an organization, and with the help of you, they are able to help orphans with Down syndrome across the world find loving, forever homes. Reese's Rainbow provides financial help to families who are adopting a special needs child, as well as emotional support. You can help Reese's Rainbow provide the gift of a stable life to these children with a donation to a family today. Making a donation to Reese's Rainbow can literally save lives and be the change these children need. Reese's Rainbow is always looking for adoptive parents for these children. If you or someone you know has wanted the opportunity to raise a child, tell them about Reese's Rainbow and make a difference in the world. Here's a picture. This is my cousin Octavia. She has Down syndrome and she was adopted from Armenia through the program Reese's Rainbow. And if she wouldn't have been adopted, most likely she would have ended up in a mental institution, and who knows what would have happened to her there. So according to Hill, a child with special needs, especially in foreign countries, is treated as if they are a burden to society. They are barely fed enough to survive, and the food given to these poor, innocent, defenseless children doesn't provide the nutrients needed during critical development stages in a child's life. If the child has a disability and the child is old enough with no possibility of being adopted, they are transferred from the orphanage to a mental institution. They are treated with inhumane practices, and many die in these institutions. A child, never given the chance to live, dies alone and hungry because someone decided their disability wasn't worth their time to care for. You can help change this course of events. You can be part of the change. Reese's Rainbow is a non-profit, and you can be guaranteed that your donation is going towards the adoption of a child with special needs.